Hello, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist West Side Congregation. We are glad you are joining us for our service today. I am Donna Johnston, and our speaker today is Stacy Gepicke. Our service today is titled Prescription Nature. It is based on principle number 7, the interdependent web of life of which we are a part. If this is your first encounter with Westside, we welcome you. We are so glad you found us online, and we hope you continue to join us in the future. If you have questions about our congregation, please contact Reverend Dr. Nancy Hitt, our consulting minister. She can be reached at ministeruuwc@gmail.com. Here are our announcements for today. Rio the dog still needs paper. Please replace the bricks when you are done so that our crazy New Mexico winds will not blow the papers away. And I am happy to announce that Saturday, May 1st is our annual Worldwide Labyrinth Day. We do this every first weekend of May, where between the hours of 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in each time zone, people gather and walk labyrinths while praying or visualizing or affirming peace on earth and healing for the planet. Here at UUWC, we have 2 labyrinths, and it is very easy to walk the labyrinth in a socially distant and safe manner. Just wear a mask, and I will be here to direct people on and off the labyrinth and maintaining the social distance. So please come out and enjoy a nice little walk. We invite you to enjoy today's animal ministry moment with Bramcast Hecht.
Today is going to be horses and cats. Today, perhaps more than ever before, people are longing for connection. People are adopting animals by the hundreds, longing to find companionship and love in the midst of their busy, challenging lives. Being an animal guardian means that we are fully responsible for the life of another. Like an infant, our animals are almost always completely dependent on us for food, shelter, and well-being. And that was about the horses. And this is a cat named Taboo, and it's called You Are More Than Your Emotions. If your human yells at you for waking her in the middle of an excellent dream and throws you out of the bedroom, it's not your fault. You're just too real for her. Sometimes cats will get so angry that we'll swat at anything that moves. It doesn't even have to be real. We'll take our aggression out on shadows, lasers, even our human's ponytail, though it's done nothing to us other than mimic the scurry of fleeing prey. Other times we'll feel disconnected and aloof, looking down on humans from atop the china hutch, completely immune to their charms and feather toys. And still, there are other moments in which a kitty will feel playful, mischievous, or sad. So which of these is it? Who are we really? The answer is that we are more than how we feel at any one time. You just can't put us in one box. Eventually, we'll climb out of them all.
We invite you to sit back and make yourself comfortable. The natural world is a larger sacred community to which we all belong. We hear the universe in our being, even as the universe hears us in its being. Please join us in our chalice lighting. You will find the words on your screen, and we invite you to light your personal chalice candle if you wish. We light our chalice to give thanks to the beauty of our earth. Please join us now in our affirmations as they appear on your screen. Life is a gift. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. Shalom. It is our custom each week to share some of our joys and concerns with each other as we build the network of our community. If you have a personal joys and concerns candle at home, draw it closer to you now. I will invite you to light it as we light our final white candle together in a few moments. We light a candle for hope as many more people get vaccinated, that we will find our way out of this pandemic. We light a candle of shared sorrow for all those who have lost loved ones in this pandemic. We light this candle for the citizens of Minneapolis as they struggle once again for justice. We light a candle of concern for all those who are struggling with their mental health with this prolonged time of isolation. We light this candle for Sue Moore and Sarah Gabay, who are doing well and getting vaccinated. We light this candle in concern and joy for Adriana, who has had a short hospital stay and is now back home. We light a candle of joy and concern. I am very happy that I will be traveling to Wisconsin next month to see my daughter, Andrea. It's been a long time and I am just dying for some green and some rain. I do have a concern that my husband Gary is still very ill from his recent heart attack, and there is much more testing and more procedures to come, so please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And we light this candle of joy for the 92nd birthday of Reverend Judy Deutsch. For all that we still hold in our hearts and minds, we light this last candle together. For all the victims of racial violence, for those whose pain has gone unheard, unseen, and unacknowledged, we light this red candle in honor of their struggle and their lives. Shalom. Our moment for all ages is this wonderful book called We Are Water Protectors by Carol Lindstrom. Water is the first medicine, Nokomis told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body, as it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins, runs through my people's veins. My people talk of a black snake that will destroy the land. Spoil the water, poison plants and animals, wreck everything in its path. When my people first spoke of the black snake, they foretold that it wouldn't come for many, many years. Now the black snake is here. Its venom burns the land, courses through the water, making it unfit to drink. Take courage. I must keep the black snake away from my village's water. I must rally my people together. To stand for the water, to stand for the land, to stand as one against the black snake. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. It will not be easy. We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, the winged ones, the crawling ones. The four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, lakes. The earth. We are all related. Tears like waterfalls stream down, tracks down my face, tracks down my people's faces. Water has its own spirit, Nokomis told me. Water is alive. Water remembers our ancestors who came before us, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. We are stewards of the earth. Our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life. Our expenses continue even as we stay at home and we meet online. We thank you for your continuing support and love. Our mailing address is P.O. Box 15146, Rio Rancho, New Mexico 87124. Little girl, what do you see? I see flowers and trees in bloom. That's what I see. Little boy, what do you see? I see pollinators sipping nectar. That's what I see. Children, what do you see? We see blue skies, green grass, and magical dandelion seeds. That's what we see. Mother, what do you see? I see my children playing and their muddy footprints on the floor. That's what I see. Father, what do you see? I see all the chores waiting outside the door. That's what I see. Grandma, what do you see? I see the ghosts of all the dandelion bouquets my children gave me. That's what I see. Grandpa, what do you see? I see all of the important things I once forgot to be. That's what I see. Politician, what do you see? I see all the money sitting underground and the power it gives me. That's what I see. CEO, what do you see? I see resources waiting to be used up for a fee. That's what I see. World leaders, what do you see? We see man-made borders to fight over and seize. That's what we see. Mother Earth, what do you see? I see all the wounds slowly killing me. That's what I see.
Do you remember your earliest moments in nature? Did you pick berries, apples, vegetables, go fishing and camping? Did you leave home after breakfast with your lunchbox and your bike to meet your friends for that day's adventure? My generation is the last generation that had that freedom. Today, if a parent allows their children to walk 2 blocks to a park alone, they are considered radical free-range parents. It was just a typical day 45 years ago. We had no cell phones, no parental supervision. Matter of fact, they had no idea where we were. And we thrived in that environment. Our only worries were how hot the slides would be when we got to the park, how far we could fly when we let go of this spinning wheel of death. Were the happy hooligans flying that day? And had we remembered everything we needed for swimming at the pool? We looked for flashing porch lights, then rushed home so we didn't miss dinner. After dinner chores, if we were persuasive enough, we might get to go back out from 9 to 11 to play ditch. We skinned our knees, it broke some toes. We landed on our heads a few times until we decided that maybe gravity was real. We got sunburned, stronger than all that, through all that exercise and vitamin D. We ate terrible processed foods, but weren't overweight because we were constantly moving, and we took risks. We built ramps for our big wheels so we could pretend we were Evel Knievel. We jumped off the roof and climbed trees, we roller skated, tried to skateboard, thought we could do dive cartwheels because we saw them done at the Olympics, and we never thought about being careful. We learned what our bodies could do and how to do fast risk assessment. We thrived. We went camping, learned to catch fish and tree frogs, and family members showed us how to find constellations in the night sky. Now there is an app for that. Sadly, Zennials and Millennials follow Generation X, and they did not have those same freedoms. Baby boomers, and eventually Gen X ourselves, became concerned with being careful. Anxious parents began to caution, be careful at every step. Unrestricted free play outside was exchanged for video games and organized sports and camps that factored being careful into the day. Their food became organic, but they got heavier and sicker. Sunscreen was slathered on before the sun was much past the horizon, and vitamin D became just another supplement. With the best of intentions and unresolved anxiety, their childhoods were stolen. Parents began to hover and no risks could be taken. They became adults who struggled to make decisions because they didn't know how to do a risk assessment. They were the first generation saddled with student loan debt that just continues to grow with every new freshman. Many millennials are still confused with Generation Z. However, the oldest millennials are in their late 30s. Generation Z began with babies born in the late 1990s. They are the first generation that has never known life without the internet or mass school shootings and the accompanying active shooter drills. They can navigate technology faster than any adult, even as young children, but the outdoors confuse them, as they are only outside when fully supervised. In the name of being careful, childhoods and important skills have been stolen from several generations. Once babies and toddlers were allowed to be barefoot outside, exploring while on a blanket while older siblings or family members supervised while still working around them. Today, infants are in strollers, swings, seats, and other containers, lest they try to eat a stick or dirt. Toddlers wear shoes in case they step on something that might hurt them. Sadly, over the last couple of decades, schools have slowly been taking away recess and gym classes from young students, and parents are hearing more often that their child cannot sit still. They must need meds to combat their ADHD. Children are over-medicated and losing more time in nature every day. Yet those of us who truly know children know that most just need several 15-minute blocks of time outside to improve focus and the ability to sit. There is some hope, however. Forest schools are once again making a comeback. These schools allow children to fully immerse themselves in nature. They dress appropriately for the weather, and they are outside all day unless the weather becomes too severe. The youngest children learn how to gather eggs and pick food from the garden. Older children learn to cook on a campfire, how to gather the firewood, saw the logs, and use sharp knives as tools. Their playground is nature. They climb trees, explore streams, and navigate rocks. They learn how to navigate with a compass, and all subjects are relatable to where they are. This is becoming more important than ever. This is just a small selection of words deemed no longer relative to children according to the Oxford Junior Dictionary. These words have been removed over the last 2 decades. Acorn, almond, apricot, bluebell, rhubarb, and spinach, just to name a few. They have been replaced with words like blog, broadband, database, chat room, cut and paste, analog, and celebrity. Children in these forest schools are seldom sick. Their bodies and bones are once again strong, and they thrive in nature. Too many of us as adults have lost our connection to nature. We stay inside with artificial light, our circadian rhythms are a mess, and we take meds for our insomnia, depression, and anxiety. And for those who need those meds, they are a lifesaver. Too often, though, we are promised a magic pill instead of being encouraged to go outside, to sit in the quiet morning, to garden, to walk, run, or camp. This last year has been very heartbreaking and tragic in so many ways, but it has also had moments of clarity. Clarity about what is truly important. As the stay-at-home orders were extended and lockdowns became months, more people chose to get outside for walks, runs, and bike rides. It helped their anxiety over a disease we have no control over. Children home from school drew with chalk on sidewalks. Others left chalk out and encouraged neighbors to add to the artwork. Chalk obstacle courses and hopscotch boards appeared, and adults remembered how to play. Parents were thrust into figuring out how to work from home, provide child supervision, and try to simply make it through the next few weeks, which became months. Children got used to going to school on Zoom, and teachers struggled to create content that worked for most of the students while worrying about their vulnerable students who really needed in-person help. Schools found ways to get food to the families that needed it, and children learned how to adjust. As hybrid learning continued, recess breaks were incorporated and families began to send children outside. Parents needed a break, time to get ready for the next Zoom class, and their own Zoom meetings. Teachers began to see a change in the children who went outside versus those who played video games. The children going outside were able to focus better. For many of us, this past year we renewed our connection to nature and we found small pockets of hope. The increased sun exposure helped our bodies again use vitamin D and hopefully feel stronger. Our Mother Earth needs us to reconnect as much as we need to reconnect to her. We need to get our bare feet back in contact with the grass and dirt. We need to return to more time with natural light. Our circadian rhythms need to be reset. Our world needs us to care deeply, to want to help her heal, to want to heal ourselves and to protect each other. At the start of the lockdowns, we saw skies get clearer, animals reappeared, and the earth seemed to be slightly healthier. Can we find ways to lessen the harmful effects of pollution? If we can't do that, can we step out of the way of those who are willing to try? Are we ready to stop believing the lies that we've been told, that unchecked capitalism is good for our world? It isn't. It has led to so much destruction. Can we please stop believing that the earth was given to us to use up as we please? The constant profit-seeking, wars, and sovereign use has led to poisoned air and water, fertile soil becoming degraded, and too many species have become extinct or on the brink of extinction. Do we have time to reverse course? Can we stop the damage before we lose more glaciers and polar ice caps? Can we do the hard work to fix this before it's too late? Can we mend the damage to the web that we have so carelessly caused? As always, we offer a sincere invitation to you to respond to what you have heard and experienced here. Please use our services webpage, our YouTube page, and our Facebook site to let us know what you are thinking and feeling about what we share here. Thank you. Please join me in extinguishing our chalice as the words appear on your screen. We extinguish our chalice flame, but not our passion, to help our earth. Man did not weave the web of life. He is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself.